Y'all ready for this?
Now, typically, I don't do these, but we gotta talk about it. What's up, guys? Legend here, and today let's talk about part 2 for Legends Fest. And I gotta say, y'all, it ain't it, and I can heavily understand where everybody is coming from, and I don't know what the devs were thinking, but I'm gonna try to give y'all my opinion as to why they did that banner format this way. If you don't know what I'm talking about this banner right here. It ain't it. It's pretty bad, but I have a theory as to why they did it. And I want to say this right now. Part 2, I don't really want to call it a bust, but I would rather call this a confusing like time. And to go ahead and state the obvious, they should have never did this. I think this is a trial run because Legends has this knack for always trying things out, either at the best time or the worst time. And it's obvious this is the worst time for them to try to be doing this. I don't think that it makes any sense for them to even, I guess, dabble in that. Now, at first glance at that banner, if I'm looking at this correctly, if my math is correct, you are supposed to spend up to 2200 CC. That gives you for your 500, your 700, and your straight 1000, and then you're free. When I first saw that, my brain was thinking, okay, so are they wanting us to, I guess, spend less CC in order for us to get the unit much more faster? Or is this a complete bait? Now, I don't want to say that Goku and Bardock is a straight up bait banner, because I think that style is a refresher. I think them doing what if characters in their own way is a really good thing to do, as well as buffing the game's original tag and the new mechanic with indestructible. I think all of that is great. All of that is cool in theory, but you gotta admit that you gotta at least give them some type of brownie points for creativity. But at the same time, it's not it. Like, I don't think that this is the best time to be trying out a new style of summoning or a new banner format. This, to me, should have already been happened, but months ago. Like, for example, as I was in thought of making this video, because I wanted to do a summon video plus rent video, as you're seeing now, they should have tried this out on what are they called? Battle Rising, Mega Rising banners. I think that they should have tried it out with that stuff first, and let's date it all the way back to probably the Ginyu Force. I think that would have been the best time to try this style of a banner format, because you only spending 2200 CC, you get a 500, a 700, and a 1000, and you get a freebie. Which, to me, I gotta say, the freebie, that made no sense to me, because I feel as if I was putting too much thought into that. I thought it was gonna be like a free 10 character summon, but it's only a 1 character summon. That to me made zero sense. I don't understand why they did that, because as you know, anytime they give us a freebie or a free summon, it's always been a 10 unit consecutive. It's always been a multi, not a single. So for them to make it a sparking guaranteed single makes no sense whatsoever. But on top of that, they did increase, I guess, the percentage that you can get the unit. I think it's a 1.5. But let's be honest here. Let's go ahead and just throw this out there, because it's true. No banner will ever give you what you want. Like, it's not there. All these banners will always be and feel RNG based. That is the biggest thing when it comes to summoning. Now, on top of that, should you summon on this banner? It's totally up to you. I think this is a, I guess, summon at your own risk type banner. But on top of that, I do think that it is I don't want to come to their defense and try to be the defender or anything like that and say that you should summon on this banner and this banner is not all bad, because it's bad. It is terrible. The format itself is terrible. The timing and execution of it is terrible. But the thought behind it, I could understand as to why they wanted to do it to a certain extent. But they should have not tried it at this time here. Which is why I believe that this right here should have happened with the Ginyu Force banner. Like, let's say if they did it during that banner, I would have been completely fine with that. I feel as if everybody would have been fine with that, because again, summon at your own risk as usual. Like, nobody's telling you to summon nor save. Do what you want in terms of summoning, not summoning. That is completely up to you. But to do it at this time here during Legends Fest. Legends Fest is the end of the year summoning, I guess, bonanza. Like, this is where everybody is at their hypest. This is where everybody's at their most excited, because let's be honest here, it's kind of obvious to call what they're gonna do for this stuff. It's pretty obvious to tell sometimes here and there, which is why I feel as if that element of surprise is just not there. To me, it's not. But again, for them to do this at this time frame makes zero sense. This should have happened a long time ago compared to it happening now. Or if not, you know, a few months ago, like a few months prior to the Legends Fest, something that they should have did next year. Like, let's say if they saved this format for January, for whatever, not January, because I do think that all of the Legends Fest banners will still be up at that time. So let's say that they should have saved this style of format for February. I think that would have been acceptable, because that's giving you guys time to think about how well would this go with the community. Because I do think that with them trying this now, again, I feel as if this is a complete trial run, and I do not agree with them doing this at this time. I want to repeat that. I do not think that this is the best time to be doing this. But I think that not only are we getting a trial in terms of a what if character and a new mechanic with Indestructible, but we're also getting a trial with this new banner format to get the community's reaction and to see how well would this, I guess, go for us. And I'm telling you right now, nobody is excited about this. Nobody is happy about this. And I can completely understand everyone's point of view that this banner is a easy skip. But the main thing they're going to say is, well, the banner doesn't have that much units in it, and the format is pretty bad. And again, to sound like a broken record, it is bad. It is supreme levels of bad. And I do think that it is possible for them to recover from this. Again, we are in part 2 of Legends Fest, guys. Part 2. Part 3 is going to happen months, like not, I said months. Part 3 is going to happen, I say, within 3 to 4 months. 3 to 4 weeks. In 3 to 4 weeks, we will see part 3. Part 3 is where you're going to be wanting to spend all your CC. Well earned, well paid, no matter how you got them. That's when you're going to want to do all that stuff. And that makes total sense. By all means, if you skip this banner, by all means, that is completely up to you. I don't care what you do with your CC, because I'm not the boss of you. And I always feel as if whenever people make the should you summon videos, again, the main thing that people need to state that it's completely up to you, and don't just listen to me, because I can't tell you what to do. I'm not your dad, and we're not siblings. But summon at your own risk. That's how I see these types of banners every time stuff like this releases. That's how I view it, or that's how I see it. But for them, again, to do this style right now while we are in Legends Fest makes no sense, and is completely unacceptable. But I feel as if they're just doing this as a trial run, and it's not acceptable. I'm gonna keep on saying that it's not acceptable. And I don't want to feel like I'm coming into their defense to try to sway you guys into, I guess, turn the other cheek and look at it at their point of view, because who knows what they were thinking at the time of dropping this banner? Who knows the thought process behind this? Like, nobody knows what they're thinking, right? We can only go based off assumptions, and that is my honest to God assumption, that they're trying this out because this style of format could be happening next year. It's probably a next year thing that should have happened next year, or if not next year, maybe months ago, like I said, than the Ginyu Force banner. And if they were to have done that, I think it would have been much better. But at the same time, let's think about the Goku and Bardock banner in general. I know we all dislike the fact that it's only one banner and 2 EXs. I understand that. I'm not saying that that's something that we should all, I guess, look past, because it's hard to look past stuff like that. It is very much understandable as to why they do. But think about it like this. The LF Evoken banner and the new Beast Gohan banner is up. You got 2 banners right there. And then you got this banner right here. So that's 3 banners that you have to choose from to summon on. You know what I mean? So with that in mind, it's understandable as to why they made part 2 a 1 sparking 2 EX style format for part 2. But at the same time, could you say that is that unacceptable? Yes, to a degree, yes, that is unacceptable. But keep this in mind. These banners are going to be up until next year, somewhere around that time. I think it's going to be up probably until the 2nd week or maybe the 3rd week of January, give or take. I haven't looked at them. I overlooked them. So there's a lot of time left in order for you guys to pull these banners. And I could see almost everybody saving all of their CC to see how much they can accumulate until part 3 happens, to determine whether or not which banner they want to summon on. Potentially, we could get up to 5 summonable banners, and I think that's the goal that they're trying to do. Imagine if they put out, I guess, 6. Which one are you going to want to summon on the most? You know what I mean? You got Evoken, you got Beast Gohan, you got Tag Goku and Bardock. Let's say part 3 is going to be Future, and we get a tag switch Goku, Black, and Zamasu, and we get an Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. That's literally up to about 6 banners, give or take, that you are summoning on. So I do think that they're trying to cut back on the amount of banners we have based off time restraints and how long these banners are going to be up until. I think that's the reason why they did part 2 the way that they did, because of how long the banners are going to stay up, and to not, I guess, overwork themselves into pushing out that amount of banners. Because again, they gave us 3 LFs, another LF is on the horizon, and an Ultra is on the horizon. So no matter how you look at it, that's a lot of units coming at our disposal. We are still getting access to a ton of characters, right? No matter if it's a new unit or a unit getting a Zenkai that should have happened, no matter what it is, we're still getting a decent amount of units for Legends Fest. But then again, people don't like part 2. They're not excited about part 2. Part 2 is a bust. It's ass. And coming from somebody that just trying to be optimistic about it, it is pretty ass. And I don't see a world where they can recover from this, or not a world from recovery, but a world where they can apologize to the community and say, hey, you guys, we sincerely apologize for releasing that style of banner, and this will never happen again. This is just a trial run. Like, say if they came out and said that this is just a trial run and this will never happen again, I do think that the community will have a different tune. But at the same time, they'll be like, excuse my French, yeah, you fucking right, don't do this shit ever again, excuse my French. And I think that's what they're going to say if an apology do arise, because this is a sorry for your inconvenience type style of banner for part 2. But I don't want to say that it's a total bust. I'm just more so confused at everything, opposed to being disappointed as to how the banners came to be. I think that's just where I'm at personally. Also, I got up to 100 tickets on this thing, so we're going to try this because I want Bardock. So here we go. We're going to start this right now. I may like fast click through this or maybe even skip it. I don't know what I'm going to do with this because I'm on limited time here. But nevertheless, you know, I feel disappointed, but at the same time, my brain is trying to tell me to be a little bit more optimistic about it. Be more open about this. Try not to look at the negatives, but look at the positives. Again, the positive things that I'm looking at is the fact that we still have Evo Ken and Beast Gohan, and we still, oh, so that's how it does it. Okay, I thought it would have been like, well, that's cool. So I would have thought that Evo Ken and Beast Gohan should suffice up until the time that they, I guess, dude, come on. What was that? Dude, come on. I don't want that. See, this game hates it when I try to get Bardock, damn it. But then again, there is another step to get 100 more tickets. So to end this off, because I want to go eat my lunch, I don't want to feel as if this is a total bust, but this is a total disappointment. And I do think that this style of banner is a trial run, because I think that's what they wanted to do. And by all means, I'm all open for trial runs, but what I'm not open to is the timing and the execution, more so the thought process behind it. Because again, you are spending a total of 2200 CC. That's 22k that you're spending. That's not that bad when you think about it. But what's bad about it is, again, RNG will always play a pivotal role in summoning on anything, no matter what it is. New banners, old banners, returning banners, no matter what it is, RNG will always play a pivotal role, and you can either be extremely lucky or extremely shafted. Like, this is it. Luck, shaft. That's the only two options. There is no in between. Like, there is no in between. Well, actually, there is an in between, and that in between, from my personal opinion, is getting units that you may not have, or units that you may want extra stars on because you feel as if there's Zenkais on the horizon. Hint, 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 wink, wink, nudge, nudge. LF Bardock, I don't have him. So the only reason why I'm summoning on this banner, not only to get the new unit, but to also try to get Bardock. So there's an upside to this, but a massive downside. And the massive downside is, unfortunately, the step list. Like, that's pretty bad. I mean, again, 500, that's not that bad. The 700, that's okay. When you get to this part here, your hopes are kind of up. But then again, when you get to that last part, it's like, will I get lucky here? Will I get lucky there? When am I gonna get lucky? You know what I mean? So again, to end this off, this is just a trial run. I understand where everybody's coming from in terms of being disappointed, and I understand that this here is going to take some time for everybody to feel as if this is the worst banner format to ever release. And I definitely understand where people are coming from and wanting to bash the devs because of how just this is just poorly timed, guys. And again, I don't want to play devil's advocate here and feel as if I want to like be the defender and all that, because this is unacceptable. But at the same time, I do feel as if what should have happened was this banner or this style of format should have happened months ago, or be held off until next year, but not for an LF banner. More so the Mega Battle Rising, whatever that stuff is called, for that style of banner, and everything would have been all right. But that's just my thoughts on it. Let me know yours in the comment section below. But if you want to see more of this, where I just talk about stuff about legends and all that stuff, let me know in the comment section below, and we'll get that started. But enjoy the rest of your day. Let me know how your something went down in the comment section below, and I'll see y'all later. Until next time, peace.